The first night of the Prophet Muhammad with Lady Aisha was the night when the couple first engaged in intimate relations. If the couple only consummated their marriage on the second, third, or even 10th night, it would still be considered the first night. In Islam, there are etiquette and guidelines for physical relations, as exemplified by the Prophet. Watch this video to the end to avoid misunderstanding. Dear friends of the Prophet's teachings, the marriage of the Prophet and Aisha serves as an important reference for couples, especially men marrying younger women. The Prophet is a role model for all mankind, not just as a messenger of God, but also as a husband who exemplified how to treat a wife on the first night, based on authentic hadiths. The month of Shawwal reminds us of many significant events in Islamic history, one of which is the Prophet's marriage to Aisha. This event not only holds historical significance, but also counters the Arab belief of the time that Shawwal, the 10th month in the Islamic calendar, was unlucky for marriage. 3 years after the passing of his first wife, Khadijah, the Prophet married Aisha. She was 6 years old at the time of the marriage contract, but the Prophet did not consummate the marriage until she was 9. As recorded in the works of Ahmad and other scholars. According to a narration by Aisha herself, the Prophet said, "I dreamed of you for 3 nights. An angel brought you in a silk cloth and said, 'This is your wife.' When I uncovered the face, it was you." Aisha responded, "If this is from Allah, it will come to pass." In another narration by Bukhari, the Prophet mentioned having had this dream twice. As a model for humanity, the Prophet always shared moral lessons from every aspect of his life, including his marriage to the daughter of Abu Bakr. In the following section, we will discuss 2 key wisdoms behind this marriage. First, the Prophet married Aisha not out of physical desire, as some might assume. It is important to clarify this. His marriage to Aisha was purely based on divine revelation, as indicated by his recurring dreams. By marrying her at a young age, Aisha, with her intelligence, was able to record many aspects of the Prophet's life that his companions could not witness, which led her to narrate numerous hadiths. Her intellect helped scholars of her time, and she became a gateway of knowledge, surpassing even the intellectuals of her era, as noted in Asabumi's work, Rawa Yobayan Tafsir Ahkam min al-Quran. Urwa ibn Zubair once said, "I have never met anyone more knowledgeable in matters of halal and haram, poetry and health than Aisha." In another narration, "I have never encountered someone more knowledgeable in the Quran, fiqh, history of the Arabs, and genealogy than Aisha." Muhammad ibn Shihab az-Zuhri said, "Even if all the knowledge of mankind and the wives of the Prophet were combined, it would not equal the knowledge of Aisha." Sulaiman an-Nadawi, in his book Sirat Sayyida Aisha, further elaborates on her intellectual prominence. Secondly, Shawwal is regarded as a favorable month for marriage. The Prophet's marriage to Aisha in Shawwal is often cited by scholars as a recommendation to marry during this month. In a hadith narrated by both Imam Muslim and Imam Tirmidhi, Aisha said, "The Prophet married me in Shawwal and consummated the marriage in Shawwal as well. Which of his wives received more attention from him than I did?" This tradition further dispels the pre-Islamic Arab belief that Shawwal was an unlucky month for marriage, a misconception with no basis in Islamic teachings. The Prophet's first night with Aisha is often associated with the breaking of the hymen or deflowering. However, restraint on the wedding night is a wise approach. It is better to spend the night getting acquainted, sharing intimacy, or engaging in affectionate conversation. It is also the husband's responsibility to calm his wife's fears, as exemplified by the Prophet, who offered Aisha a glass of milk and sat beside her to comfort her on their first night together. This is narrated in a hadith from Imam Ahmad with an authentic chain of transmission.